Okay, small thing before we talk about Kabari. I want to talk about tatami mat. Oh, it's on random, so I can't control. I want to talk about tatami mat. So, tatami mat, uh, block. Tatami mat from S or H buttons like this. This is a true block string. You can see here I stopped holding block. I'm holding forward, and it still block strings you. But tatami mat from 6K, which is something you see pretty often, because this is a frame trap. If you try and mash, you die here. It has a very big weakness. Tatami mat is not active enough to catch backdash. And if you notice, she's minus 11. You get a punish here. So, I don't remember this income anymore that you don't get close slash. So off this situation, she does not really get to put this on you and do stuff after you just hit her. Now, obviously, Viking can delay tatami mat, right? So now if I backdash immediately, it does catch me, but like that opens up very obvious counterplay. And if you're okay blocking tatami mat, you can start delaying your backdash like this and completely escape the situation. Because, or not escape, but like be fine either way. Because you'll either block the tatami mat, which is -3. So you can take your turn after. Now this is not a situation that you're going to be in against good Viking players. It's never that easy because they do stuff like this and then RPS with this. And if you try and hit a button there, that happens to you. But I'm assuming no rope right now. And then the same situation kind of exists if she slight delays it off of flow slash, but you can backdash this too. And the nice thing about this is, if you kind of aim to be a bit later with your backdash, at worst you just block the mat. And then at best, you get out. Okay, this situation's a little stranger because sometimes the second hit of the mat can get you like that. So I don't think you get a punish on this one. Yeah, because you get hit by the mat if you swing into it, but you still are just out of the situation, and even if you don't get a punish, you can kind of take your turn back like this. So if Baiken wants to catch your backdash, she either has to start predicting your timing with this tatami mat, which can be difficult, or she has to start doing this. This will catch backdash even off 6K if she does like this. And she does get a combo here if she does this into 2K. Does like this. Oops. He gets a conversion. But that's where I want to talk about Kabari. So there's 4 Kabari situations I guess I want to talk about. The first is when we have up close Kabari. So this is frankly just bad. If Kabari happens at close ranges, she has fucked herself. So if we go all 3 follow-ups, it's not the right one. All 3 of these follow-ups have the exact same issue. You can just throw them. Even the like frame trap follow-up does not frame trap here. It frame traps jabs, but it just gets thrown. And obviously this one, I feel like I don't even have to show it, but it gets thrown as well. Now it depends a bit on distance, right? So I don't know, we go a little bit like here. And she does like, she might be able to walk out here. Nope, there she still can't. Might work against chips, because Sin has a normal throw range. There are ranges though, where you can't throw her. But yeah, there you go. That's one where throwing wouldn't work. What you can do though is hold forward to walk with her and forward throw her. And then you can throw her again. And she can't like frame trap you here unless you're very late with the throw. She's -3 and throw is 2 frames, right? And she doesn't have throw until you do. So there's essentially a decently large window for you to throw her. Yeah, so let's see if I can do like this. Let's say she gets like this range and does this and then does that. I can still throw her here. Now, if she spaces it better. Okay, so this has to be a very intricate option for her. She has to do like close slash this, walk back 5p. And I can still throw her. Now this is one where if I just threw like this, I'd miss, right? But if you walk with her, you can throw her. So this is never a real mix-up, really up close. You can just throw her. And remember, walk forward and throw her to make it easier. And also, don't FD. If you FD this, you make it way easier for her because that spacing is out of throw now. Now we have the other situation where she's doing Kabari at this range, so we can do frame trap. We can do this into another far slash, or again, we have this. So one thing you might be drawn to is 6p, because after this, you can just 6p this option, and even on this one, the 5p would hit her on the other side. The issue with that is timing this to beat both of these options, the frame trap and the thing. Even if you pretty heavily delay it, it can be a bit of a problem. So it can work, you can do that, but I'm going to bring you 2 options that I think are significantly better. So I'm also going to do this. So the first option is FD the Kabari and then walk backwards. Or not even just like just FD the string and walk backwards. The far slash whiffs. Now the spacing is going to affect things a little bit here. If you're all the way out, you actually only have to FD the Kabari and it's enough. If she ever wants to do it. Damn. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay, it was there. She just wasn't doing it. You can see that's enough to not get hit by that. Also, just turn this off. And if you're not sure, you can FD the whole string and just walk backwards. Obviously, also if you feel like you know her timing, if you IB FD the Kabari, it's kind of over for her. She's too far. You can actually also just IB it. So this is a bit strange, but if you IB it, you don't get pulled towards her at all. Now this is not as good because if she does the follow-up, you still have to deal with the frame trap, but if you're committed to holding back, you can IB or IBFB and then just exit the mind game. Both of them work. I guess it depends whether you want the neutral return or not. But if she's not ready for your IB, you can't punish her here. I ran into the move there like a genius. You can get a punish there like that. But there's actually an option I think is even better. Also, I mean, for the third one, obviously, if you're going for this, then you just react to this with a throw. Because you're not actually committed to hitting anything. You're IBing and walking back. So you're already holding the direction, just press D if you see that. There's an option I think is even better. Now, it kind of loses to this third fake follow-through one, but that option is really bad. Baiken shouldn't be doing that. If they are, like, kill them for it. Because I mean, if you read this option, right, the risk reward is so bad for her. She should not be doing that option. So what is the option I think is better? Now this only works at range, but if you see far/5H, you always have the spacing for this. Just jump back. So this kind of completely exits you from the mind game. If you want to do a little bit better about it, you should FD the move you jump back from. It both makes you land faster and is more likely to make this win. So this just makes it not pull you towards her at all, and this situation is kind of just done. If she commits to something, you can go for a punish. It's a little hard to time. These moves don't have very much end lag. But you can see she's -10. Okay, I guess Sin can't then. Your buttons aren't fast enough unless... Yeah, she's not in sweep range. So you as Sin can't, but you can like go immediately take your turn. And on the like, she does nothing. I mean, this is a return to neutral. So this lets you just exit this Kabari situation. So I think this is the Kabari in general, H Kabari is a bit gimmicky. In close range, as I showed you, just walk forward and throw, you'll pretty much always get her. At distance, either FD the Kabari or just hold up back. Now this is not always going to work. So for example, if she does far/Kabari, even there it's good enough. I think this is better. 5H Kabari, she does this. This works at distance, but if I take a little step closer, now it's catching your jump. However, if you see like far/5H Kabari, it's pretty much always going to push you far enough that this works. So if it's like close/5H Kabari, your jump is probably getting caught. So this is the only real situation where Kabari might pose something of a real mind game to you. But even this is a bit close still. So you could still go for like a walk forward throw depending on what she's doing after. And you obviously have some control of the spacing by just... Or again, I being the Kabari. So most spacings of Kabari don't work for Baiken. She has to really get this specific mid-range one like this where you're not in throw range and she ideally can threaten jab without having to walk forward like this. But this still loses to mashing. And while you can't walk back inherently, if you just, yeah, like that, you get in a little bit of FD. You can just do the same. Walk back. And then she has to start, so now she has to start like actually doing this. Otherwise you'll just walk out. But I mean, if you're just FDing the whole string, it can be very difficult for her to really get anything that she wants out of this. Because even this situation is not very good for her. Because let's say she gets that, right? And she does something like this. You didn't really have to do anything. You just keep holding back with FDs. If you see the right spacing, jump out, walk out. And if she's too close, you throw her. So unless she keeps this specifically the perfect spacing for her, it's just not going to work. And there are other smaller things. So like if we get something like this, you can 6P this. So if she starts doing, I don't know, for some reason, she starts trying to get like funny and do far/Kabari, far/Kabari, you can just 6P this. And even 5H Kabari, depending on the distance, can be 6P'd. The only problem with this one is the pushback is so far you're not going to hit her. But you can do that to kind of just leave. This leaves you -9 at a distance. Viking cannot punish this. You're not in her far slash range. Do I suck? There we go. So that's another thing you can do. And you cannot backdash this really ever unless you're at the very like edge of Kabari range. Then you can backdash away from it. But this, he doesn't really have normals that would push you to this range. So this isn't that relevant. That's always gonna catch you. So that's just some stuff to make the Kabari mind game really annoying for Viking. I honestly think if you do this enough, she's just gonna stop doing it because it's not worth it. Even if she gets that right spacing where you don't just immediately punish her or just leave it for free, or like, I don't know, a sliver of FD, then like, what does she get? If she can get you in the situation to get like, let's say, she gets you in this, right? And then she can do like this. Well, then you could just use what we talked about before, right? So just block it out and then backdash this. She can't really force you to do anything until she has tether. This is where she can get anything done, really. Because that's the only way she can really enforce anything after Tatami Mat is with tether, so she can like RPS with backdash. Because if she can't do this, then there's not really anything to be done here. So if she can do this, there's stuff to be done there, right? If you try and take your turn back after this now, you can get hit. And you have to start like even 6P can lose. But without this, and obviously, I mean, there's still stuff you can do to beat her, right? But without that, this situation just isn't scary. And then with this, there's literally no reason to be throwing H Kabari. Why would you do this? It doesn't make sense. So a lot of Viking stuff pre-tether is just like pick the safest option, like walk back, jump back, or just backdash, and you'll just leave. And that gives you more returns to neutral, and in neutral you can beat her. Now, the neutral is where Kabari is at its best, honestly. This move is a little hard to beat, but you can go under it with this. I'm sure you are aware of this. But you can go under it, and you can like go over it. And again, even if you block it, it's fine. This situation isn't that bad for you. Like if you're walking around in neutral and you block Kabari, just keep walking back. So yeah, that's how I think this move is best dealt with. If there's a situation I didn't capture that gives you annoyance, you can tell me, and there's probably an answer to it too.